Nonsia abo adeshimamba ha Adom TV nseme koso maimu ebre no aso se de beso mo sa Adom TV anyumre nonsia kase nsem na doso ye pa nesoso diedi mo akotene ya betene bi eni Parliamentary Committee on How and Works and Housing one mo sembi on dia tudwa one se dan so man see defense project said the hodwumadie esifa ekono nya de abono mo ani eje ho mo nsem e be hwe ne ye dia sommo ewo kase mu osofo ya wonu ehwa de suansem so my Ghana mu so ba be kirekire mu wo se o my kasa mpanyefo pese wo mu de kirade wo school ahodo emu no ehwa se free kg akwa wie class 3 no so ye be hwe ne ye de mo nsem no ani mu kirekire mu no nyina no asom Cybersecurity Authority mpanyefo so ye mu Abon amane ese fi January bosome ko October bosome afi mu no krono obu apobu akoso e wa ba efo so kan nyina bo mudia na tese 4.4 million Ghana cedis sai sim ye dwadi apomoden ya ko kan se ni nyina ka ho e maka se ni dimo na ewie pay Facebook /Adom TV extra DSTV Go TV ko on mu a nsem ye twagum live ho no se so www.adomonline.com ko sansem pay ya twegu ho no so a podcast ho so a obenya bietie medin Edokatichi eji skapaye ntwa ho yembra yeba said en semesi fetie no ahase affirmation sem no ase emfa emamo ejunatuko ya watie umrahye bedwafie se wo mo hwa dansie ene ho sensem so my Ghana emu ene wo kwasetena wonsem bia wode yetu ya wo kirem se se de manfo no bi containers wo mo de sisi ba bia wo mo pe ne dan kra na ntabo wo mbobwa na mantwe wo de sisi honom no e yade bi enkoye kure kanka enkramantam ne montim panfo de hye be gwa kwa ne nyina no eto etwa
Committee a woman hwe eye works and housing ekopie mu ewo dansoman efimpa na we ana womo abo eye metropolitan municipal district chief executives koko se womo enhwe womo patempa se eho ebeti esanse omanfo edi fipa na egu womo empatem womo ekira omanfo a womo tete ben bebi a nsuo eda gata ene ade no eyade ntwe kwamu kura efi Committee Chair Vincent Opon Asamoane Alexander Ejare Mrashe Bejani owo kede ana womode nsemi tudwa.
Where we are standing, there's supposed to be a drainage under that the water should look at the other side too. It's all choked. You understand? But then the difficulty thing is that now those who live on the other side of the, even to get out, you have to loop around all that way just for you to get back on this road. You understand? So we are believing that at least we can get a storm drain. Then at least the little waters from the homes that flow into it now can flow westward into the Jatako, and then that should be the only solution.
I believe seriously that it is the right time because we are in a budgeting period, and I believe that the Ministry of Works and Housing will have to be resourced so that we can do concrete lining, not the type that we are seeing here. We need to have concrete lining. And in addition, I think the Ministry of Local Government, with an oversight over sanitation, should also be up and doing. It is not good.
Adom News in Central New Ohina Ponsa any omanfo a womo tete dansoman eso etwetwe nkomo efa fia emini omno.
Efini de na yenimu no ofa. Yenim bisa bola ba obi ye bola ye tugu ntimi de ntia nsuo no to ya na efi no wana ebegu ya se no. Nti yenim be bi efi ni fi. First party the na beach na my hold the bar. She said yeah. I'm a beach no no any by said them one bar a best solving for if a dynamic feeling no. The president by my
and so one more in a two answers ready to just say that someone see defense project said the hodwumadie esi fair chrono or montiasi and try ye kura the same tienche or meshasi up our year hwemu hontoma said be yan husika sem to yeni nyina no mbesi ombetumi ho.
Committee a Ghana Mrashe Bedwafie na wo na wohwe adansie ene enwuma so enei wo de ato dwa se dansoman sea defense project no contractor no na fenso contract ni nyina no wone prese ebe nhwemu na yehunia etuemu na we no na committee mufu a wo dom kese no afa ene dom kuma no afa ana wone nyina no wano ko benkromu esa ne se committee for HRS won ko hodom no adwuma na ewo honom ene $76 million project a yede amasa adwuma ku no enya ade a wani je ho yedi kan yentie said ya chairman Vincent Opon Asamoah ene central fortune komo no ode nsem atudwa.
Members were not very satisfied with the extent of work that have been done. Looking at the costs of the project. Technically, there are a whole lot of issues that members are calling for a probe into the project. We all know that the project was awarded in December, and so far, looking at the extent what the work they have done on site. So the cost is an issue, and even how procurement and other technical issues are all issues that members are calling for a probe into the project. So that is what we are preparing, and very soon you hear from the committee that we are not very much satisfied.
Enuachi Enna, the ranking member on the committee, Yera Martin, a J-Mensa cost at Chese.
The quantum of money in this project is not commensurate with the capacity being displayed. We could tell from the foregoing that our presence had to get them to mobilize themselves. There was no material on site. And they were supposed to be doing 22 drawings. 6 had been done, but only 2 out of the 6 were completed. And everybody who has a technical eye could pose questions to even what has been completed. We are not surprised the contractor says that is their first ever attempt at doing a sea defense project. But there are many questions to be answered.
If you gana mrashe bejefiwe, ayo hene amponsa kakabo.
Wabusuafo insia bi ya ope omo akrabre e wasaman kese po yemantam ne mo kwasi ada October bosome ne da na toso aduonu nsia fimpenu aduonu wenum ne emo no omanfo no bi ye de omani kire mu okototutu enam so e ma nipa nkuno bi de etu ne ka omo anam nyense wo mu e ya po se dwuma yefo ne ye ka sei mu nan e no batumi ayiro mpacho susu se wono mo enim satotutu no eho bi.
Eastern South Regional Police Command Nano Kwasieda ahene mewoso mendre to so eduonunsia wono echiri enipa enanbia etututu bia ekoso ewo asamankese susu se wono eka ho bia satututu nam so ama enipensia awe aposifo mensa eka ho wono enya prekro posifo nhwehwemu kakra wono aya kire se na enipekwe wono ekura atuo ne etuobuba ewo enanbia ben ohene ahimfia wono didi sa ensemoni na ebra wono ehu Samone wono edi wono soma wo mema bi ama wono kopie mu ewo bia ho a wokoye etoba eduwotwe enan enkrante enso sekan mienu enafi etu enso baako wono esesaye enipa ya kire wono ene Isaac Intim nana ya ozenyo Bismarck Kiki Adam enafi boaben Richard awadi mfinsha no eduno enum na wosansem esiye so namso ama emebunu bia wono ewo krum ho etohye aposifoi eso a wono ebro ebimu emwa namso ama womema no mu miensa de eni wontimo wepra enye no nko a aposifo ahye wodekopie mu ho nso wono windscreen wono asese ni nyina era mebunu ye sane meyi ebiye ena asamankasi akroso junction ekwan no wono ekokosi na wono ebiye ohene na himfie nso so wono eko twa ho hia ya etuo toto ekoso ewo hono we na wonsem nyina efa eyi obi a ekoso ho a wono kiremu de a asesa enipa wono etina no nsiedi osi wono ewo adehefo emusieye enipa nsia wono enye prekru ene David odame odi mfinsha no eduonu wotwe Musa Jakwele odi mfinsha no eduonu enkono Patrick Fusu obenyima no wono edi mfinsha no dum wotwe Asamwase edi mfinsha no so edun wotwe ena ba ko bi oka ho a aposifo eguso a eyenhwemu edi afa no ho
Intena wo tototo ansemiye mo no kopie mu wobindori ye no apa ismantam ne mu abusuafo wonka bi nhye mo mu fie ya wo modwo mo ho nipa bi ekurokratuo obo awura ho atotutu enam so ama manfo no mba miensa ne to ne ka wo ma eje won kwa edi fi wo nsema mie no so de wo maprade mu ode
enipa womato nananom ewon siedo no enkwada ene empenifo ana kan onipa bi ode neni ehu enkwada ene empeni bi ewuo no ede tudwase nanu da esi kwesiada no ewo benduri na omanfo ewo ho no omo edwiri omopa onipa baako a ono wepra oye adwuma ewo benduri based Max Empire Radio any TV a oye manager George Bukari wono ni nipa numienu bi a womo eka ho no womo de womo akoto ayaresabea so mo benya ayarehwe womanfo a womo tete mpatemu hoye ewo gidie bi pa se de esi ayamentem ho ase a esi ewo boko eno ana sesei atra ama nipa bonfo yi enso de omo agima enam so ama ebimu ato nananom ewo nsiedo no
Mayentua yensem no weso na na mentimi hwase bia man mo so gulumpe no e working tampo municipality ni ntina mampanyefo de ohyenda eto ade hye wo hono mo so se de be obi anko betumi aboho ban na se be ye na obi anho betumi ato no na kakra obenya ato mo ho de bia ka wono ano ni ntina rexec wo de bonani akyerem hono mo abusua bi wo de mo akwakoma wo mo
Enam mentimi wase bi man mu so e wo gulumpe eno e wo kintampo municipality no nam so ama mpanyimfo e de wo hyena eto omanfo so se ne be ya obetimi ahwese asomdwe edi hene e wo bia ho nani enam o hyena beto won so yi nam so ama kone abadi won nsem sanso so na adwumadi ahodo ne nyina atwentwen so kakra enam so ama Bono East Regional Minister enafi National Disaster Management Organization for aka wonti abomu a enema ahodo bi a anwa emo entade enema ahodo bi aka ho de akwakodo momamfo se wonom nsum se ne be ya ebe o hyenda eda won so bitimi ede twitwa won ho
Glumpe samre ya me no e kasa e glumpe ahyase ama bibia e fa ne ntoma pa afira beye nam yensa na asem ne siye na wotwe emu ne ewo no but enam yensa ennan bia etwa mu oba ha no ma na wa hu se normal enkoyie ba samre ya me no e kasa e normal nyina atodi glumpe ne ewo se oton ade wo store mu wa hyase e ton ade wo store mu ne ewo se okona fom binum ahyase ekọ afom eba school enkola ahyase ekọ school nti ene kire se asundwe ahyase eba glumpe produce no mo nti eya ni jesem
eho enanad mo penya wo bon repoe mantem ne mu akwasi lampo enso ne Adom kase ma ne boni twetwe nkomo no wo kire hi enhu hia nti a ene element se wo de akọ akakodo mo manfo
nadmo fight for vulnerability na say conflict bi besi say ya na amanfo nyina bebre ba dan vulnerability numa bi wo ho a I say yam fan isha omo ase na ade no every year nadmo director general Joseph Dr. Major retired Kuyo ono na odehun say as far as national security is concerned, national security police army other security agents say omumra na omumabua
amenyina sanse mi so yentwa ye ho yenje aboafo nkrato ye bansem ne bia ka ekira ye de besom amesanso mo akwa ba member Adom TV anyomre no nsia kase so ma yento a yensem no so na executive director Emma Center for National Distance Learning and Open School in Aye Professor Diawu Mumin nensem odi atojo se asoye ye hwa de suansem so won mo asinkete wa ye krado so mbetumi de mechitai wo mo a amanhwemo ye wo my Ghana emu sanse no krampo weboa e de sakraye ba de suansem sanso so ne ma de suansem emu yedu
GCTU, Afriwe Woman in Namibia, University of Science and Technology, Akabum, organize 4th International Conference on Information Systems and Emerging Technologies. Jumedi Ekosuno, Onipa ono enijinimu kasama oswafo a ono na hwe adesua ho nsem so edi to just say.
Our ministry remains committed to supporting research, policy and innovation ecosystems that foster national competitiveness. Among our priorities are the implementation of the National Digital Education Strategy, which promotes equitable access and data-driven decision-making. Supporting university industry research partnerships to stimulate innovation and commercialization.
Acting Pro Vice Chancellor, Ausaye Dean, Emma School of Graduate Studies, any research, GCTU, Professor Ebenezer Malcolm, and so the to just said.
Delegates every over 10 countries and over 150 participants about emerging technologies and also in the 4th Industrial Revolution. Cyber security issues is part of the emerging technologies because I must say artificial intelligence, robotic engineering, and Internet of Things main issues of concern. The same thing among Profonso hacking the internet system. And the can't we know now students know better understanding from all these issues.
Asoye hwa de siansem so nso aba be kyerɛkyerɛm de ma ho behia sa kyerɛkyerɛfo wo mbetumi aboa paa yi ɛwɔ akyerɛkyerɛ na de siansem na emu wenkankan fiase no also mutumi bɔ ho modern hyehyɛ pagu akwam sɛ de bɛyɛ a ne bɔ mbɛkyerɛ adesuafo mmɔfra nkuma no ebetumi de twam.
Wabro so for the children Shigana Disiansem so Dr. Clementa Park, Ekasa, Wabra one more power, functional learning action tracker. It's here someone that's one learning today, unlocking tomorrow. And order to just so be Pimo, may more. A church for any Pacubian consider one more dear group cry, a son say, a banner say, ye woman more fry, and yanim dear. One more wanting Tima Pane, Senti, and they won't be here say, never be baby, one more ever dream, a church for you so, and when a choir of so, as a one more, as snake, a wound you medie, emo.
We are also going to give proper effect to the 20% in addition to the base salary of teachers who decide to take up teaching positions in less deprived and rural areas. But more importantly, we are looking at training more teachers in the area of foundational learning. So clearly, we are very determined.
Global Director, Adom Education and Adolescent Development or UNICEF, Dr. Roberto Brito, and so the two just said track here one of my pound to my baby warriors say, Sikapudo, one more Edebeshe, Adifiamus and Nebea, ever to me, Abua, our Conisina, eso.
We're falling behind in something we know is a critical ingredient of making learning happen. And finally, only in 2024, only a quarter of countries reported nationwide recruitment of specific personnel to support students' mental health and well-being. And so a lot of this is falling on the teachers, and they are likely to be heavily burdened. So you understand why we're putting a focus on teachers this year.
So obo my Ghana mu akasa hodo na ne yekan ye wo fante ye wo gan ye wo twi ene droso pan ye na nche bia Ghana mampanyi be kyerem se bre no aso se kasa ye kan wo my Ghana mu na kyerɛkyerɛfo ebetumi de awura de kyerɛ won mu ekyerem sanse ni nyina na boa e ma desuafo enyanti ase pan ye we ho no osoafo ye ohwe adesuansem so hawe na adwiso abe kyerɛkyerem se kasa Ghana mampanyi ka ho asem se ye fa kyerɛ de no eno ebe hya ase de FKG na kopem class 3
of the minister to clarify a directive he made on this very platform on Friday. The Honorable Minister for Education, Harun Idrisu, has asked me to clarify that the policy directive he announced on Friday regarding the compulsory use of mother tongue as a medium of instruction in our public basic schools is confined, emphasis, confined to KG up to primary 3. In other words, KG and lower primary. Having clarified what seems to have given a few persons sleepless nights.
Amenyina so yenton kratia wambra ye ba ye de apomodensem ebeto aso. Amesan so mo akwa ba bi member Adom TV enwumre no nsia kase so afa yen hwede ekoso ewo apomoden emu. Immigration Service one mpanyefo djumayefo a wono mo ewo savana mantam ne mo wo mo eden kyerɛkyerɛ hyehyɛ so e ma de hye woda mango mantam ne emu ede fa de ma ho bahia sɛ kokora metato no fo mu na brebia no de omani bekyerɛ yalsabia ama doctor fo ahwɛ de ama mo aso hono mo a wo de free breast screening hyehyɛ so ede mo manfo biem otu memafo sɛ bana screening bi se ye ekoso a onfo wo ho hye.
Immigration Commander was Savannah Mantam Numu and a napin you do an name say Commander DCU1 Lawrence J. Japan. What day free breast cancer screening and sensitization as a so a damango at the amount free send your beya obi to me abwa she won no for mo ama wono say empo kukrambi e wo mo watimi e huntema abwa asano a we nyina e ka no fom kukrama yi ahene mebosumi asiwa yede bo hu deburu.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as Regional Commander, it is my privilege to welcome you and also partake in the sensitization session in efforts to raise breast cancer awareness in Ghana. The media experts tell us that breast cancer occurs when malignant cells in the breast multiply and form tumors.
Eho and President Demand Immigration Ladies Association if was Savannah Mantanimu ASI Alimatu Sadia Imoru and Sonia Manabuni to commode in some way say Netudra.
It is my honor to welcome you all to this gathering. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge a significant global health issue that affects many lives. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as we observe this, we recognize the importance of early detection, support, and research in the fight against breast cancer. Let us take a moment to think about those who have been affected and show our support for their strength and resilience.
Eho and Anesifra one more Ewo West Gunja Municipal Health Directorate, one more Ebeka Immigration Service for Home or day mediation share so and so I didn't seem we see at all among for enim.
Data has shown that about 5,025 cases, 1,025 cases, which is very alarming, aside other conditions. So this tells us that it's something that we all have to work together. And we should know that it's not only women that this breast cancer affects. Men too get breast cancer. So when we talk of the screening, we should all come out, the men.
Into no way, no akwaye in Kaibo, Yenti na yen shenin so. Enterprise life for one more Adom for Pajumedi, Ebaka PM where Casua new markets na mebu china, October Basumi de Toswed, you know what a fee more. Now we know show man from a modern seminar, Diamo Mwatiku Simpua, 1G and Fenflubia, want to say hepatitis B, or Beshe Diamao, Yemo Jambros, or Beshe Diamasa Kuram, and as I told no Fumani now qua doctors free, or Beshe Diama, Abia now the opposite Conan doctors free be, you couldn't come on Jeffutu and Nina so qua, Adom Beje Brahma, no wedding come was said yes, na efata, Shannon Sonyamebu china. And I also a workers one new market, a enterprise life of one of the sage medi, as she says so and I'm a mobile for Pajumedi so. Now, the air decora woman is saying, I'm a watch not dear no cast one new markets no. I don't FM, a copy honum de Becosubia, never Bobuano, now a chile, a sumia TF4, and I assure for. Meeting the Ocataches Capayancha home by a bar, a dear Cosuja Dimo, Eberson. Afi sharp modern na Cybersecurity Authority. In Penifon one more you who amanie say a free January bosomi equals October bosomi a fee mono a year chronobapu, Bacoswabe first so your man for my GF, man for Mohonmusike Modu, and a Wokanin album then so my Ghana Yashika 4.4 million Ghana cedis.
Ghana a kamia is omanfo a womanfo nam kwan so aye omubukata eye 4DB se womo edenam mobile phone so internet so ananse kwan foforo so no aya na womanfo yi womo edi omonsemoni a womo mpese ombeba abonten ababeka ama cybersecurity na posifo etu omusosa wentino ababetodwa se afiwe efi January bosome no eba October bosome mu sika oman no ahwere efi omanfo a womo nam kwan bone so eje nkrofo sika eye 4.4 million Ghana cedis. Wentino openi ono na da cybersecurity technology standards. Kasa ewo dwumadie bi ekoso ewo Ghana Communication Technology University. Odi efutu ama Ghana force hu behia pa se womoma wonini edaho.
A loss of 2.4 million to 4.4 million in just a year. And those are significant numbers. Most people don't understand or aren't even aware that these statistics have gone up. They come from sextortion, they come from defacement, they come from blackmail, they come from data fraud, they come from momo fraud. It's all a myriad of data fraud transactions that's accumulated to that.
Wasandi ato omanfo enim se wo mo hwe se omanfo nam kwan bone so ediomawu eye Ford foi ewie wo musika wo mo fantodwa se ne mpenifo ebetu o muso sa.
The awareness needs to go through from the highest level to the lowest level. The public needs to be encouraged to report these cases. I know there's fear of people bashing them or people ridiculing them because they've been defrauded. So a lot of people stay back, they don't want to talk about it, but they need to report these cases.
Ejodi asimi imagine so yebeto nkraya ba ye de agudensem ebeto aso.
Yasamu akwa ba de ba dum kase ebre awiedu. Some dia wokensiem ansem ebro medina dinyameba. Bernard Padibotwe and Shasiem feed the Black Prince of Ghana and Chair, man almost beto dwa na onim say almost dem de dodo na na wo so yenda any fanche the senior national soccer team the Black Stars of Ghana in Tempa so na yenda any fanche Black Queens na hwe de yakọ so onim say Black Stars I qualified the Core World Cup 2026 beto dwa obi man so Mexico, South Canada and versus USA na onim say sports minister in Sembebra to dwa say be yanka Black Stars coach no yan kọ no kọ na say fan kọ na minister in charge of government communication Fales Kwachi Owusu and also Fusu e dey to dwa say ebe yi a say see be sesa otoado a ebe ye din yepa.
Mr. Speaker, in the aftermath of the qualification, a number of issues have come to the fore, which I believe merits our attention. There have been calls for the dismissal of the coach who guided us on this qualification path. Mr. Speaker, I believe that these calls are a bit unfortunate and they are misplaced because the man who has guided us to this qualification in stellar fashion is best placed to prepare the team for the competition itself and prepare for the competition itself.
So minister in charge of government communication can you see no Fales Kwachi Ofusu na enda ni fanche the Black Queens of Ghana na Bobo Basian kan buy one purchase and Adom be training last game against Egypt WAFCON qualifier now so no minister de na no atumje o mu say Adom ka now so edin a bind the car on betia
that are buying and releasing sika the two papers so at the early stages for the various stages except maybe the quarterfinals and the third place game now or more the group stage was annex, but we'll have to use that money for an emergency so clearly we have had August and September and let's say this month October 3 months. We don't owe anybody a dime. So
yes, since you're not there, some minister to just say, "Din obia and Cybersecurity." Na update e batche say mba wana jiatum omo akọ trainer ne omo ye training so china nyamnya adoma ni Egypt and the bepem so second leg omo shekra na yam qualify and co Women Africa Cup of Nations se beto obi man so moroko ha and be ma kwa na me dia wo kensem no ensemesimi din edin nyameba penat padibotre.
Afima Yankoshe Energy Cassie, gospel musician, or needing Eddie Perez music, on a soccer sign, some of their tuja, or send them some which trouble my music, why a ding or my money. Remember, put it one or pill, so best from Yamanes, so I ding, so meet my son here.
One thing that's making the Charlie a compound.
Are you for real?
Yeah, yes. And you see, before I come to the ECOM, I come to the cause of the ECOM.
Inti we no so e Nkaibo mo hye so Enterprise Life or the brought for project medical copy mo nyame bu na Kaswa New Market obi amon homodin so betumi na ni akire mo hono mo bi apomodin wo hwe e de ama ade hia teku sempo a wonje enfri obi a honom hepatitis B mojamoro so se kokura mo eto no fom ni nyina mo behwe e de ama manfo opefuto bi aso akwa doctors for we omode obetena se na futo no mo e de ama Adom FM wo be kwa kopiem dwumadi na se de be koso nyina no beboa no na wode ni nyina no so no ekire asom Adom TV Adom FM etiefo e na ahwefo megina sansimi so na aka se ye de som ye na de ni nyina no asimiden e de okatechi eje sikapa akram.